guys, it's Kelly, Garden Discovery in the back of the van. Just went for a morning run to get mulch, and I'm going to take it and put out some mulch around the areas where we recently planted in the garden when Mom was here, and just need to tidy things up there. And I'm trying to get things done before it starts raining, get a video out to you guys, and just show you around the garden. I did this week to start some seeds indoors. So I've got seeds in trays indoors. They're flower seeds, different varieties to plant in the spring. So those got going. So I did get some accomplished this week, quite a bit actually. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. How's everybody's week going? I hope it's going good for you. So let's go and take a look around the garden. Let's go see the daffodils. So yeah, daffodils are in bloom. And this is one of my favorite times of year when the daffodils come up and bloom. This is a promise of spring, and I love that. Not pretty? So beautiful. And they're coming up in the cactus patch too. You can see they're coming up in the cactus patch as well. So yeah, really pretty. I think there's more this year than there were the year before, and I didn't plant anymore, so that's wonderful that they're naturalizing. I just love how they poke their heads over the logs. Isn't that beautiful? Love that. Oh my gosh, look at that, a puppy. Aren't you beautiful? That is one of the things that I love about gardening is the surprises you get every day when you come out, whether it's a poppy blooming or the daffodils coming up. It's just every day is an adventure in the garden. I love it. It just delights the little core of you. There's the spiral. This is where that mulch is going, some of it, and in other places that need it. And yeah, the garden's looking okay. Very damp, very wet, and like I said, trying to get as much done as I can while it's dry out. So this is one of the areas that I need to cover with mulch, and there's weeds popping up everywhere. So gonna put in those areas some thick mulch down. I can't keep up with the weeds. I don't know about you guys, but we've been getting so much rain here. But the plants are appreciating it, except for the succulents. They don't like that damp weather, and they're starting to look a little bit soggy. But the raised beds are good, and they're coming up with a lot of the bulbs that I planted earlier in the year. Earlier in the year? It's only February. I think I planted them in December. Anyway, so there are a lot of bulbs coming up. I've got some daffodils, and would you look at that? I still have hollyhocks, and they're thriving. It was the first year that I planted hollyhocks. I grew them from seed, and I didn't know that they would do so well in the winter. I've got actually one in the farm area growing with the lettuce, and it's looking so healthy. It's ridiculous. We had a few days of really nice weather, and I put the fountain back in, the bubbler back in the fountain, and the hummingbirds were at it, and I love to watch the hummingbirds. It's one of my favorite parts of being in the garden is the hummingbirds. So yeah, let's just go for a walk here around the spiral and take a look and see what's coming up. So again, I have calendula. Oh, I have some, looks like daffodil bulbs. And sorry for the sniffling. It's really cold out here. For me, it's cold. But yeah, more up here. But yeah, I have the bulbs, more bulbs here. Those should be daffodils. And the grass is still looking good, the purple fountain grass. So the garden's looking good, and it's supposed to rain about 10 o'clock. I'll switch around so you can see the garden. And then Big Mama's twin, almost. Look at that, how huge it is. So be warned, if you have any of those like Big Mama, they get really big, so keep that in mind. Speaking of which, let's go see Big Mama. Oh, I did weed here. Remember I told you I would. I weeded in that new cactus. And look at it, it's got blooms. Isn't that gorgeous? I love that. So as you can see, there's Big Mama, and she's not minding the rain at all. She doesn't mind the rain. She doesn't mind. She gets snow, and she'd be happy. That girl just doesn't quit growing. She's just humongous. This is the saga of Big Mama. Yeah, everything's looking okay. This guy actually has flowers. You see that? Isn't that pretty? So that one eventually I want to place. Oh, there's some tulips. I have tulips coming up in that pot. And yeah, originally I had this completely full of tulips the first year. It was 3 years ago. And the pot just got, last year the tulips weren't happy. They were just too crowded. So I took them out, separated the bulbs, and there's 3 in here now. And so hopefully this plant does okay with those bulbs in there, because I do things like that. I plant over things, forget that something's there, and yeah, this is the result. But hopefully they do okay and everybody lives harmoniously. I have some more calendula growing I've seen in different places, and my status that I replanted, some of that's coming up around the spiral, so I'm happy with that. And I love the way the alyssum is popping up. And you sprinkle the alyssum around periodically in the garden. So if you have alyssum growing, make sure that you are pinching the spent blooms. And I'll try and find some. Alyssum brings color to your garden in spots when you really need color. And here in zone 9B, it grows pretty much year round. There's times where it is a little more dormant, but it never completely dries up and dies. So it's wonderful. I love alyssum. You can look for things like this, see the seeds there. Take those seeds and sprinkle them in other places of your garden. Probably 10 to 21 days, you're going to see little alyssum plants sprouting up. And so you can do this with the white alyssum, the purples, all of them. I really recommend alyssum. This is other places where I gather the alyssum seed from. It's always growing really well here. And then I have some alyssum growing. I put seeds in the cracks between the pavers here, under the bird bath fountain. And yeah, they're doing really well. And the lettuce is doing great. It is getting eaten, but I don't spray for anything. I don't put any kind of chemicals, any kind of pesticides out. But they're doing great. And believe it or not, this is a hollyhock. Look at the size of the leaves. Crazy. And then more lettuce over here. And I'm going to show you my prize. Honey, you guys ready for it? I'm eating good tonight, let me tell you. Look at that. Asparagus. One stalk. That's my dinner. Lettuce is so beautiful, isn't it? Things we have growing in here. This is a hollyhock. And my kale. Kale is going on in year 2. It's still tasty, still edible, still good. And I've got sweet peas that are growing out of the bucket here. And then my green onions that just keep going and going and going. They're very good. They're tasty. Hope there's no bugs in there. Very tasty. Thanks for joining me today for dill and daffodil and surprise poppies and a walk around the garden. I hope everybody stays dry, and I hope everybody enjoys their week ahead of them. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Really appreciate it. And if you like the video, give us a thumbs up. Thanks so much. Bye.